Hey, welcome back, everybody. All right, so recently I reacted to Hobo Johnson and the Lovemakers Peach Scone live in their backyard. All right, and I've been getting really into this artist recently. Just his style just seems very different to me, and because of that, I really like it. Also, it inspires me a lot. Anyway, so he's coming out with a new album at the very end of this month. And yeah, he hasn't come out with any new stuff in a while. A new single's coming out like tomorrow, I think, very soon. And well, at least when I'm recording this. When am I recording this? Because this probably isn't going up the day I'm recording it. So I'm recording this on June 1st. Yeah, so in anticipation for the new album, I'm going to be reacting to his Tiny Desk concert. Well, reacting is a relative term because I have seen this before, but it was a while ago. I want to see it again, and also I want to look at the lyrics to each of the songs that he performs here, all right? So, yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm going to stop in between each song and kind of do a bit of, my normal lyric stuff. I have no idea if NPR allows people to react to their stuff. Hopefully. I don't know. So yeah, they do 4 songs in 15 minutes. First song is, let me see, Hobo Johnson, Romeo and Juliet lyrics. Okay. Some of these lyrics might be slightly different because they do change the lyrics a lot of times when they perform songs. Next is Sex in the City. Hobo Johnson, Sex in the City. Sex in the City lyrics, all right. Then is Peach Scone, I think, which I don't need to do. We might even skip that one. Then Crevcor. I think that's how you pronounce that. Which is one of my favorite Hobo Johnson songs, actually, that last one. So, here we go. Before we begin, let's take a look at what NPR said about this. September 12th, 2018. Bob Whalen, Hobo Johnson, and Lovemakers accomplished something remarkable this year with their Tiny Desk contest entry. They made a simple backyard video, single camera shoot, that's now been seen almost 10 million times on YouTube. And the song they played, Peach Scone, has unlocked a door to a dream, to play a Tiny Desk concert and to be heard. The song is a tale of one-sided love, a tale of kindness in the face of loneliness and depression. Now, couple kids, 5 I guess, as its lyrics go, get to bring their creative, urgent, nervous energy from Sacramento, California to play Peach Scone and more to millions of other listeners. This is a band always on the verge of emotional explosions, all while Frank Lopez, aka Hobo Johnson, is quoting Shakespeare, making references to Jay-Z, the front-bottom song Twin Size Mattress, and so much more. The directness in their music, with its chorus shouts and little asides, make for a remarkably personal performance. At times, it's as much a storytelling session or personal confession than a musical performance, and for me, it conjures feelings of empathy, understanding, and compassion. That sums it up pretty well. Let's go. Hobo Johnson and the Lovemakers NPR Music Tiny Desk Concert.
Hobo Johnson Lovemakers! We got some songs. Here they are. Here they are. Here they are. Ready? 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 Here we go. Here we go. Oh shit! God damn it! Oh! That's my shit right there! And that's the ticket! And give me the ticket! That's what I want! Ticket! Let's go! It's so good! Here we go! Here we go! I'm too emotional. Good luck to my future wives and their future lives without me. You guys will do great. I'm sure that I've prepared you for every guy you'll date and every guy you'll marry and every guy you'll hate. Yes, the lullabies I sang out of tune, that's probably what did it. Or my twin size mattress that I have since I was 7 that we have to sleep on whenever she spends the night. And if she falls off again, she'll find another guy to like. Yeah, we're just Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. We're getting drunk and eating Percocets, but just to ease my stress. But soft, but light, the yonder window breaks, it is these. But Juliet just puked off of the balcony, and how romantic. There's nothing like getting drunk and getting manic on a motherfucking Monday. I brush the bangs behind her lovely little ears. She describes in detail how the end is truly near. Wow. And I'm sure that...
I love his energy so much. It's crazy. It's so like they said, such a nervous, on the verge of a mental breakdown energy. And I love it so much, man. Yeah, similar to Daniel Johnston or the Front Bottoms or quite a few other groups that I've been finding recently. These are the type of people who never who don't really seem to care, you know? They're making art because they think it's fun to make art. They're not these pop stars trying to just be pop stars and sell billions of, they're mostly people who self-produced their own stuff, decided not to sign with a label, it's really cool. And I think they do a really good job. Anyway, I don't really want to interrupt the flow of your storytelling, so keep going, Mr. Johnson.
Describes in detail how the end is truly near. Wow. And I'm sure that we could do this for forever, or until we drink our poison, cause we see some cloudy weather as Rosaline lies in bed, seething wide awake because a burning love for Juliet only took a day. And if Romeo and Juliet continue to be married, then there's half of a chance that their kids would get embarrassed when all the kids at school all talk about their parents, and Romeo Jr. has to say they're not together, and Junior will dream of the day when he's a man and what he'll do to avoid that 50%.
Alright, he brought it back 1 second. My sister just came down here, so I paused it. Alright, let's keep going. 3, 2, 1.
And Junior will dream of the day when he's a man and what he'll do to avoid that 50% chance of his kids feeling the way I feel. He'll probably just stick with the Netflix and chill. Dear Shakespeare, would you write a happy ending, please? Would you write a happy ending, please? And please, please, we just deserve our happy ending, please. Please. And every sting from every teardrop, from every ring at every pawn shop. I'm not missing both my Christmases, though family would be nice. In my dreams, they're all happy, and I know that they won't mind. One Christmas, just one Christmas, please, 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 just one Christmas. We just deserve a happy ending, please. But dear Mom, conversations from a couch haven't ever felt the same. Since you looked Dad in the eye and you told him that things are about to change. My mom was made from Adam's rib, and the marriage went south when the snake came back and asked my mother out to dinner. And my dad found out and asked my mom what that's about, and she said, oh, it's nothing, but Dad loves to shout really loud. Loud enough to knock the lamps and loud enough to knock the lamps and dressers to the ground. And in my memory, I could hear Chopin's nocturnes playing in the background. A slow train wreck, you close your eyes, but forever hear the sound. And boy, it's tough, because that's the sound of people falling out of love. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So that's Romeo and Juliet. It's his ode to divorce and the effect it has on families, especially the children. The lyrics are largely inspired by the divorce of his parents, which he mentions in the last verse. The title is the same as William Shakespeare's 1595 play Romeo and Juliet, a tale of forbidden love that ends with more death and despair than happiness. Frank uses the play as the inspiration for the chorus and second verse, stretching out his own alternate ending to further get his point across. Frank uses Romeo and Juliet to represent multiple people, whether it be himself and his future endeavors or his parents and the impact it had on him. The song has 2 music videos. The original one helped him gain a bit of traction with over 1 million views. The second one looks more professional and gained a few fans as extras. Okay. So it starts with like a it's supposed to be like sex, I guess. And I remember in the music video, he's got like moaning and stuff in the background. It's just, it feels so good. That's my shit right there. That's the ticket. Give me the ticket. Give it to me, baby. You know it. And then goes into the piano and he's like, I'm too emotional. Good luck to my future wives and their future lives without me. You guys will do great. I'm sure that I've prepared you for every guy you'll date, every guy you'll marry, and every guy you'll hate. It's lullabies I sang out of tune. That's probably what did it. All right. In the original video for this song, Hobo introduces it by saying, I'm a man and I love a girl. I like her so much. This song would be for you, babe, but it's sad. So it's not going to be, but I like it a lot. So much. It isn't for you, but I have other ones for you. Although these lines are pretty straightforward, they also show how Frank was affected by his parents' divorce. His artist persona was birthed by his stint of homelessness after a fight with his father and stepmother, which got him kicked out of his house. Of their house. In a piece from his hometown newspaper, the Sacramento Bee, Johnson was quoted saying, I was a bad kid. By the time I was 17, I had 3 drunken public arrests and a DUI. I was mean to teachers. I was disrespectful. I tried to be the class clown, but all I did was be rude. He implies here that he would end up having multiple partners and impact them all very differently. Or my twin-size mattress that I had since I was 7 that we have to sleep on whenever she spends the night, and if she falls off again, she'll find another guy to like. These lines provide more possible answers as to why she might leave him. A bed, which someone has since they were 7, is undoubtedly run down and uncomfortable. A twin-size mattress is also not big enough for 2 adults to sleep on, and he feels bad that she keeps falling off the bed because it's so small. Twin-size mattress is also the title of a song by the Front Bottoms, which Hobo Johnson has stated is in his top 5 favorite songs. I actually did a cover of that song on my other YouTube channel. We're just Romeo and Juliet. This song is an allusion to Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, the book, and to an extent their relationship, well, it's a play, not a book, and you misspelled Shakespeare, but whatever, is a warning about young love and falling for someone too fast, okay? In the end, the lovers' relationship kills them both since they couldn't live without each other. All right, anyway, getting drunk and eating Percocets. Many young people have turned to drugs or alcohol, and he's like, but it's just to ease the stress. He's like almost justifying it. Mixing alcohol and Percocet is potentially life-threatening, alluding to the idea that this Romeo and Juliet relationship ends with them drinking the poison. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, but Juliet just puked off the balcony. So it's a direct quote from the play that he delivers while he's creeping up on Juliet as she stands on a balcony. Instead of finishing the imagery with "and Juliet is the sun," he disrupts the fairy tale scenery with the next words that bring us all back down to reality, where he's like, she just puked off the balcony. The choice of this line from Shakespeare may also be meant to insinuate that they've stayed up all night, and not simply a clever way to mess with the idea of a perfect romance. Nothing like getting drunk and getting manic on an MFing Monday. This is a hit to the Bangles. This is a reference to the Bangles hit Manic Monday. I brush the bangs behind her lovely little ear. So he kind of brushes her hair back, and she's just talking about how the end is truly near. He's like, wow, I'm sure that we could do this for forever, or until we drink our poison because she sees some cloudy weather. All right? So even though he thinks this relationship can last forever, the girl doesn't feel the same, and he's scared that one day she's going to want to drink the poison or end the relationship. This is another allusion to Romeo and Juliet, as Juliet drinks sleeping potion to make her appear to be dead because she does not want to be forced to marry another man, Paris, while Romeo is away. Spoilers for Romeo and Juliet, a play from the 1500s. Hopefully you already know the story. Romeo is not aware that Juliet is only faking her death and decides life is no longer worth living, so he buys poison and drinks it. She then wakes to find Romeo dead and laments that he didn't leave any poison for her. In absence of poison, she just stabs herself. Anyway, as Rosaline lies in bed, seething, wide awake, because a burning love for Juliet only took a day, Hobo brings the meaning of the song back around from young love to talking about divorce and falling out of love. Rosaline is the ex-lover of Romeo. She can't believe that it only took one night for him to fall in love with Juliet. As an ex, she would have felt angry, betrayed, like she wasn't good enough for Romeo. And this could be a page out of Hobo's own family experience. Perhaps one of his parents found another partner quickly after their divorce, or while they were still together, which brought on the lying wide awake and seething. If Romeo and Juliet continue to be married, then there's half of a chance that their kids will get embarrassed when all the kids at school talk about their parents and Romeo Jr. has to say they're not together. And Jr. will dream of the day when he's a man and what he'll do to avoid that 50% chance of his kids feeling the way he feels. He'll probably just stick with Netflix and chill. Here he talks about the idea of patterns of separation and divorce, how generation after generation raise damaged kids who swear they'll never make the same mistakes, claim they're committed enough to have kids when they really aren't, a trend that is supported by declining marriage rates and childbirth rates in the U.S. Twice, he cites the popular statistic that 50% of marriages in the United States end in divorce. And while that statistic is disputed, there is consensus that it's no less than 40. Then you come to the bridge section where he's calling out to Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, and he's like, could you write a happy ending, please? So he's looking at the archetypes for story and applying them to real life and thinking to himself, why can't this end happily? There was supposed to be a voicemail from a girl in place of this bridge, but she didn't want it in the song. The bridge that replaced the voice memo could be an allusion to God, with Frank directly asking him for a happy ending. Shakespeare's most popular stories are tragedies. In this line, he emphasizes his want for a happy ending due to the fact that Romeo and Juliet still represent his parents. Every sting from every teardrop, every ring from every pawn shop. I'm not missing both my Christmases, though family would be nice. In my dreams, my kids are happy, and I know that they won't mind just one Christmas. He's used to having 2 Christmases because his parents aren't back together, but he isn't invited back anymore. And he's glad for that because it means fewer tears, fewer precious memories that have to be cheapened like the engagement and wedding rings his parents sold away at pawn shops. He then switches to describing his ideal situation, which would involve the family all being together, which he hopes is reward enough for his kids to not mind missing out on the possibility of getting an additional Christmas. He previously dealt with the idea of Christmases ruined by broken family on his SoundCloud snippet song, Merry Christmas. I found that song just recently. All right. It's crazy to me how much thought and effort go into writing the lyrics to these songs. Like, the lyrics to almost every single Hobo Johnson song hit me pretty hard. So, good job, Frank. All right. But dear Mom, conversations from a couch haven't ever felt the same. Since you looked Dad in the eye and told him things are about to change. My mom was made from Adam's rib and the marriage went south. Then the snake came back, asked my mother out to dinner. So this other guy is here and asking his mom out. Then the dad finds out and asked my mom what that's about, and she said, it's nothing, but Dad loves to shout, loud enough to knock the lamps and dressers to the ground. In my memory, I can hear Chopin's Nocturne playing in the background, a slow train wreck. You'll close your eyes, but forever hear the sound. And boy, it's tough, because that's the sound of people falling out of love. These lines are built around the biblical story of Adam and Eve. He compares his mother to Eve and implicitly his father to Adam. The marriage, like Adam and Eve's marriage in Genesis, fell on hard times when the snake was introduced and invited the woman to eat. In Genesis, this happens, okay, we know this. It seems the snake was probably an ex of his mother, judging by the word of choice coming back. He came back and asked my mom out to dinner, which she tried to make excuses about when Hobo's father found out. Obviously, Frank's dad's voice isn't loud enough to knock things over, but Frank is implying that there was domestic violence occurring in his biological mother and father's relationship. It is notable to include that Frank says in an interview with Anthony Fantano that his father struggles with mental illness. I always liked that every other reviewer bashes Hobo Johnson. The majority of people do not like it. You know? Like, he's a very polarizing artist where it seems like 20% of people are diehard fans and 80% hate him. And if you look at the comments to quite a few of his songs, there's just so much negativity in the comment sections. Sometimes even top comments with thousands of likes will be only half positive and half negative, you know? But then there are comments where people say things like, let me see if I can find it on here really quick. This video might end up being a touch long, just so you know. Let me see. Well, recently he just had a bunch of stuff. Yeah, well, here we go. This is garbage. He's not doing anything. It's trash. Where is... I can't find it. I saw it not all that long ago where someone said that he he looks like the type of person who's going to shoot up a school. That's what someone commented under this. And there's comments like that under almost every one of his videos where these people trying to attack the guy personally. And it's like, I don't know. It's just so weird to me how much hate this guy gets. Anyway. So I always liked the fact that Anthony Fantano has actually been vocal in his support for Hobo Johnson. So anyway, Frank says in that interview, I think I've got something in my brain where I don't have enough serotonin. My dad's been diagnosed for that. He's like, I just think chemicals don't match up. So then Chopin's Nocturne is a beautiful composition of his greatest works, specifically the second Nocturne. In my opinion, the song was used to show a peaceful time, but even so, there are moments when Nocturnes is used during chaotic scenes in different movies. In these chaotic moments, you just want to close your eyes and just forget everything, but you can't due to trauma. And that is the end of Romeo and Juliet. Now we're 20 minutes into this and only like 3 minutes into this, so I'm going to shut up. Let's go on to the next song, Sex and the City.
All right, thank you very much. I need to start working out more. I need to work out one time, at least. Here we go. Beautiful people only live in downtown and midtown and not around where I stay. Is it their brain that really matters, or their character that flatters, or dependent on their beautiful face? But if you're beautiful from birth, do you really have the courage of a woman picked on for girth? Ever since she was a kid, and you know how kids work, up until she was a full-grown adult. Now, I'm not saying that it's real smooth sailing, but guys being nice doesn't hurt. And I'm not saying that they're perfect, I'm just saying that they're different, and the difference is they love to wear skirts. Sex in the City probably feels really, really nice, with hands placed on faces and twinkles in their eyes. Sex in the City, it probably looks really, really great, with a girl that's like a 10 and a guy that's about an 8. Sex in the City, it sounds like it takes place on stage, both moaning in key while Marvin Gaye sings. Sex in the City. Candles smell like great jobs and promising careers. My candles smell like fear, my roommates may hear. I have really bad back knee. It's because I don't wash my clothes enough, need to wash my sheets more. I got a duvet the other day. How do you wash a blanket? In a washer? That's what I found out. So I'm not a baby maker looker, but maybe I am to a woman who really loves me for who I am. Or maybe who I'm not. Either way, it's getting bothered and hot. Gross! Hey, missus, will you take me to a world where nothing else exists except the contents of our soul, and there we'll talk, you know? Or Instagram DM works too. Hey, what up? Hey, if I look like Brad Pitt mixed with a bit of Jake Gyllenhaal and a bowl of David Hasselhoff, I wouldn't be here at all. I'd be in Los Angeles. Or at your mom's house, eating all the sandwiches. Damn, I love those sandwiches. Sex in the City sounds like it takes place on stage, both moaning in key while Marvin Gaye sings.
Just feel like I should pause it more. I don't know. I have no idea if they're gonna let me upload this, and it will suck if they don't. But anyway, yeah. Man.
It takes place on stage, both moaning in key while Marvin Gaye sings. Sex in the City probably feels really,
love
really
that guitar
nice,
part in
with
the back
hands
there.
placed on faces, twinkles in their eyes. Sex in the City feels probably so great, and it's, you know, a great time when it's late. Sex in the City. Candles smell like great jobs and promising careers. My candles smell like fear, my roommates may hear, and socks. And close. Thank you so much. All right.
Here they go. All right. Well, I feel like. Oh wait, I'm gonna let that play.
I'm getting.
I just thought that maybe you'd appreciate
Oh
this because
my-
we appreciate so much what you do. I made these.
You
morning.
made these.
I made these.
What
this
time did you
morning.
wake up to make this in the morning?
6:45.
It's pretty early.
Anyway, I love what you do.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much.
In case you can't see,
These are delicious peach scones.
So that's the guy who runs NPR, Bob Boylan. Yeah. They just did a they're doing another one of these where people submit submissions to try and get on NPR Music and get to play in this room. Unfortunately, I was about 2 months off the mark, so not able to submit anything, but I would have. And maybe I will if they ever do it again. But yeah. Anyway, so then we've got this song, Sex in the City, where the main point of the song... Oh, there's no annotations on here. All right, cool. Well, I can go through it relatively quickly because I feel like I'm taking up too much of your time. So here we go. Beautiful people only live in downtown, in Midtown, not around where I stay. The point of this song is he's looking at these perfect people and saying to himself, they're all far away from me, you know? And he's just looking at them and thinking, how did they get there? Is it their brain that matters, or their character that flatters, or is it dependent on their beautiful face? But if you are beautiful from birth, do you really have the same courage of, say, a girl who's picked on for girth ever since she was a kid, and you know how kids work, so it's like you internalize that up until she was a full-grown adult. Now, I'm not saying that it's really smooth sailing, but guys, being nice doesn't hurt. And I'm not saying that they're perfect, I'm just saying that they're different, and the difference is they love to wear skirts. Sex in the City probably feels really, really nice. With hands, so he's got this like idealized picture of what Sex in the City is like, you know? Probably feels really, really nice with hands placed on faces and twinkles in their eyes. Sex in the City probably looks really, really great with a girl that's like a 10 and a guy that's about an 8. Sex in the City sounds like it takes place on a stage while they're moaning in key while Marvin Gaye sings. Their candles smell like great jobs and promising careers. My candles smell like fear my roommates will hear, you know? Man, yeah. And then he's like, I have really bad back knee. Looks like the gosh dang night sky and is immune to all products. I'm not a baby maker looker, but maybe I am to a woman who really loves me for who I am, or maybe who I'm not. Either way, it's getting bothered and hot. Gross! Hey, missus, will you take me to a world where nothing else exists except the contents of our soul, and there we'll talk. So it's like super romantic things like, there we'll talk. Or, you know what, Instagram DM works too. And he's like, So I guess maybe someone's told him that he looked like that. I don't know. If I looked like Brad Pitt mixed with a bit of Jake Gyllenhaal and a bowl of David Hasselhoff, I wouldn't be here at all. I'd be in Los Angeles or at your mom's house eating all the sandwiches. And in the background they say, GD, I love those sandwiches. Then he repeats the chorus. Yeah. Great song. All right, next song is Peach Scone. Here we go. I think they might screw it up. I don't remember. Let's see.
Made by Bob Boylan. Thank you. I will eat all these myself. Oh, yeah. So I'll eat. We'll share them as a band. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go. What up, Bob? We appreciate the whole thing, man. You changed our life. Here we go. Hi, what's your name? How are you? How's your life? Oh, you got a man. Are you in love? If so, type. Is it just platonic, strictly just as friends? Or the tie that type you two...
The tie that type you two together.
Sorry. How does this work when you mess up during Tiny Desk? Really? And it just goes the whole time?
Yeah, and we'll play the embarrassing part too.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Didn't know that. Here we go. Ready?
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
I love it. It's so, yeah.
We're Hobo Johnson, the Love Makers.
It's so
Thank
raw.
you, Bob.
I love
Here
it.
we go. Not gonna mess this up. Here we go. Ready?
Here we go.
Hi. What's your name? How are you? How's your life? Oh, you got a man. Are you in love? If so, type. Is it just platonic, strictly just as friends? Or the type that ties you two together till tomorrow's end? If it is, disregard every time I call you pretty. Though it's meant sincerely, it's just my imagination drifting. And brush me off like the dirt on Jay-Z's shoulder. So I fall to the ground, collect myself, and get ready to take over your heart. Or at least your spare time. And I love the thought of being with you. Or maybe it's the thought of not being so alone. The second one's way sadder than the first one, but I don't know. I love the thought of being with you. Oh! Or maybe it's the thought of not being so alone. God damn. You know, I really love being loved, but I also really love not crying on the. We should go get a cup of coffee, and I'll act friendly. And I won't pull any stunts, but I'm a fucking stunt puller from birth. So I don't know what to tell you if I try to confess my love for.
Love this song, by the way. I like the version that he did in the backyard, I think, more. Maybe. I think. I'm not sure. And then the version on the album is just okay compared to these. I like his live stuff more than his albums, although I really do like the albums too. In fact, his first... It's always insane to me when I listen to his very first project, which was before he was with the Love Makers and when it was just Hobo Johnson. He has an album called Hobo Johnson's 94 Corolla. And it was... He made it in his car. And it's super experimental and weird and different and like... It's so interesting how he went from that to this. It was still kind of rap-inspired, I guess. Actually, probably more rap-inspired, where this is more folk and singer-songwriter type stuff inspired. But yeah, it's just interesting to me how it went from that to this. And then on his albums, it's like a mixture of this type of acoustic raw performances mixed with the experimental midis and stuff that he was doing in his car or in his basement or whatever. Anyway, thank you again for joining me. This is really fun for me. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it, but if you are, thank you. I love you all. Let's keep going.
From birth. So I don't know what to tell you if I try to confess my love for Scone. I just want to say something real quick, Bob. I love you, Bob, for doing it, for creating a platform that we could all change our life. We're now smiling a lot more than we used to. We love you. Which is awesome. Thank you so much. But what were you talking about? Oh yeah, your boyfriend and/or girlfriend and/or was being mean to you the other day. What are they saying? That's crazy. What do I think? Here's a rational reply. They were being mean at that time, but I'm sure they're gonna turn around at some point. And
That's
I love
awesome.
the thought of being with you. Or maybe it's the thought of not being so alone. The second one's way sadder than the first one, but I don't know. I love the thought of being with you. Or maybe it's the thought of not being so alone. Wow. You know, I really love being loved, but also really love not crying on the phone. Hi, what's up? Yeah, what's going on? Oh yeah, she told me a lot about you, yeah. Oh, it's so great that you're doing all of those things. You should keep doing all of them, I think. Oh yeah, my name's Hobo Johnson. Weird name, I know. But what were you talking about? Oh yeah, she was the nicest person I've ever met in my whole entire life. I was working at a pizza place, living in my car. She was the only person that would talk to me and ask me how I was doing. And I really appreciated that. And I was telling that to her boyfriend. He was like, yeah, I know. She's my girlfriend. I know how nice she is. And I also know that she is a peach scone. Peach scone. And I love the thought of being with her.
Ooh, like the drum
I just
flourishes
really
there.
hope that she doesn't get hurt. They say it takes 2 years to come back down to earth from that lovely place that you've been. I heard it's so nice. Good for you guys, and I'm glad. Being so alone. And if you find someone that loves you for who you are, keep being with them, because it's really special. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
We got one more song. It's called Crevcor, and I hope you like it very much.
I really like this song. Let's go. Guess it's just the energy. Because it's like a build-up song, I guess. But this is good.
Hi, says the girl with the riot eyes that pairs pretty well when she hits you with the soft smile. You could kinda tell that something's going on, but she's like a Skrillex song that never drops. She'll never talk about the feelings that she felt today. Better kept inside of a fence, inside of a cage, inside of a safe. That's safe for her, cause they just hurt, and she don't know why. That God's on dirt, I hope he's trying. She said, Frank, you think he's trying? God, you're a fucking big ghost. And I said, I don't know.
I'm gonna pause it there, because I don't really want to pause it again throughout the song. If YouTube allows me to upload this again, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, kid, he sounds like he's gonna cry that entire time throughout the first part of the song. It's crazy, especially when he's like embodying the voice of the girl or whatever, you know. Like, do you think he's trying? Almost, you know. It's like, I don't know. And then here we go. Sorry.
But I asked her, what's wrong? And she nods her head and she doesn't say anything, and that makes a whole lot of sense. And I asked her, what's wrong? And she said, hey, he was the picture perfect person, loved my mother oh so dearly. You could feel the love reverberate whenever in our building. If it feel the same today, I wish I know. But you know, sometimes you drive a car and lose control into poles and hold me closely. I don't think you should love me, cause I always feel so lonely knowing that nothing will ever last forever. Sorry, Frank,
the bass line too.
Much too late. And hi, says the girl who doesn't have time for relationship advice, rather relationships at all. She holds her breath all day and she fucking gasps for air at night. She promised she would love me, but only till the morning time. And the more that I engage in it, the more that I am mortified that I'm like every other shitty guy. And then bye, says the girl who doesn't have time for relationship advice, rather relationships at all. And I asked her, what's wrong? Classic, nods her head, doesn't say anything. And I asked her, what's wrong? And she said, yeah, he was a bummy, crusty, cruddy father, fucking every girl he takes to coffee, cause he lied to mom in holy matrimony. Hold me closely, I don't think you should love me, cause I always feel so lonely knowing that nothing will ever last forever. Sorry, Frank, you're much too late. Sorry, Frank, you're much too late. Thank you.
Art is an incredibly powerful thing. I've been sitting here for 40 minutes. I'm going to take a break now. But thank you all very much for joining me and for listening. This man remembers why he wrote the song every time he sings them. A new genre of poetry is born. Adderall, shouted word. Absolutely love Hobo Johnson because he feels like a completely different genre of music. It's like a slam poet that started making music combined with that weird indie band that's extremely good but only like exists in weird clubs or something. It's amazing because you can really hear just how much fun they're having, how much they like what they're doing, and it's just wonderful. Because that's the sound of people falling out of love. Well, I just cried. If you haven't heard these songs before, it's impossible to tell what's part of the song or what's Hobo Johnson just randomly starting to talk to a pretend person in the middle of the song. It's awesome. Yes, that happens multiple times. It's impressive how long he sounds like he's about to cry without actually crying. I thought this guy was a joke. I'm eating my words as I watch. What did I say under here? Never understood the hate for Hobo Johnson. Dude slaps. Yeah. Yeah. Is it just me or is it cool when he messes up? It's honestly refreshing, makes him even more relatable. Yes. We're all just a big ball of anxiety. It's like his heart is breaking live. Lyrics keep growing on me, bittersweet. Nobody. The bassist and guitarist. My calculus teacher told us he had a late night because he went to a Hobo Johnson and the Lovemakers concert last night, and I gained new respect for him. That's awesome. Slam poetry mixed with music. I love it. I've never seen this type of music before in my entire life. It's putting me in a state I've never been before. Yeah. It's incredible, really. All right, thank you for joining me. We are Legion, my friends. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I'm really excited for Hobo Johnson's new album. Probably will react to any singles that come out from it. And I'm also aware that a lot of people were not really big when I reacted to it the first time. Like, multiple people told me, oh, this sucks, or this is terrible, you know. And not too many people found my video from search, which is fine as well, you know. I'm making these videos for myself. And if one person watched this with me and, you know, had a good time, then it was worth it. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys soon. Deathstroke 9.